Okay, well, welcome everybody tonight. My name is Kara Allen, and me and Bobby are great friends here in Snowflake, Arizona. We met, oh gosh, probably 11 years ago, and then kind of lost touch, even though we literally lived 2 streets apart for quite a few years. And then we reconnected actually when I reached out to her to see if she would want to learn more about Plexus. And she can tell you her story here in a minute, but she told me no for a long time. And now she is a lifer. So if you are skeptical tonight, that is a-okay. It took me 2 years to get ready to look at what Plexus was because I thought it was one of those quick fix weight loss fad things, and I didn't believe in those. I still don't, and this is not that. But it took me 2 years to see my sister first have results before I was willing to look more into it and learned it was all about gut health. So as we get started tonight, like I said, live in Snowflake. I am married to my wonderful husband of 17 years. We have 3 kiddos and 1 angel. And my last 3 babies were all NICU babies, which kind of started me on my gut health journey anyway, because I wasn't healthy in those pregnancies. Well, and I was in my last one, but not the other 2. And I wanted to know what I could do to help my babies have a better start. So it kind of started way back then. Plexus is a first and foremost gut health company. We focus primarily on gut health and root issues. The 3 main root issues for most modern disease, if not all, Bobby might say all as a nurse, is inflammation, number 1, hands down, inflammation, inflammation, inflammation. But then also imbalanced blood sugars. If you eat food, you have imbalanced blood sugar at some point, and your body is either coping really well, or it's not coping really well and it's hiding it, or you have a full-blown storm going on and you might already be pre-diabetic or diabetic. So blood sugar balance is for everybody. And then the 3rd root issue is gut health. Leaky gut just means that the bonds between all of your cell wall blocks, if you want to think about them, are pulling apart. And so you are literally leaking poop water into your body, which circles back to causing inflammation. So it's literally a cyclical storm that's just feeding off of each other. And so tonight what we wanted to talk about is how we can help and how you can get your health back on track. So as we go tonight, feel free to open up the chat. If you see chat down on your screen, you're welcome to ask questions as we go. We can answer them as we go. We can answer them at the end, however they apply. But just know that's there because we want you to be involved. We want to help you get the answers that you want. So know that that's there. I'm going to share my story first, just to kind of let you know where I started from and see if you relate. So like I said, Plexus focuses on gut health. We also have consciously clean skincare. It's my favorite. It's 2 steps, so it's crazy simple, and I needed simple. So it's literally a lotion in the morning, a lotion in the night, and takes care of everything. And then we also focus on weight loss, healthy, sustainable, natural weight loss by balancing those 3 root issues. So when I started with Plexus, I was heavy, I was overweight, I had a 30-day period. I had all the PMS to go with it. I was momzilla. My kids and my husband were walking around on eggshells all the time. I'm going to add Heidi here because every little thing could set me off. It didn't matter what it was. It just made me mad. I just did not have control of my mood at any time. And I was tired. Sleep just did not work for me. I could get 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night, and I would wake up feeling like I got 0. I could sleep all night and I still felt like I got 0. It would take me an hour to fall asleep every night because my brain just would not shut off. And I just had anxiety that I didn't even know. I thought it was normal to feel really anxious about every decision and not be able to decide what to do, or to be nervous to go to a party or to meet new people. I just thought everybody felt that way. And when it went away, I realized that wasn't normal. So anyway, fast forward to my story. My sister started first. About a week in on her journey, she gave up her Coke. She used to drink 4, 5, 6 Cokes a day because she was also on antidepressants since she was 12. And they made her sleepy and tired. And so she used her Coke for energy. And it was, again, a storm just feeding off of each other. And so when I went to go visit her, I noticed that she had no Coke in her house and she had energy. to be up with her twins. She had 4 kids under the age of 7 at the time. 2 of them were twins. And we were going shopping. We were staying up all night making these cute little bags. We were going to the mega mall. And I finally said, what are you doing? You're totally different. And she said, I am doing Plexus. And I said, oh no, that's one of those things. And she said, no, it's all about gut health. You should check it out. So I was really tired of my 30-day period. And I said, you know what, I will try it for a month. It's not going to work. And then I will go do the dang hormone therapy that I didn't want to do at the age of 35. And so I tried it. And on day 3, I leapt out of bed, like literally leapt out of bed, threw back the covers. I had energy. I was like, who is this person? And I was just ready to live. So I was like, still skeptical, thinking that was a fluke. I must have drinking a lot of water and got good sleep. I don't know. I didn't want to give her credit. And then 3 weeks in, I started what became my first normal cycle. So, I mean, 28 days later, I have proof that, oh my gosh, I finally had a regular cycle. I didn't have a 30-day period. And then from there, it just got better. I just started sleeping like a husband. My anxiety and depression went away. I handled stress better. About 7 months in, my periods became pain-free, like when I was a teenager. And about 14 months in, I was able to get pregnant. And we had been trying for years. It's always taken me time to get pregnant because I've always had insulin resistance and I've always needed help to get pregnant. And so about 14 months in, I was balanced enough that we were able to get pregnant on our own. And we had our Plexus baby. It was doctor approved. I took my supplements the whole time. That is by far my healthiest kid. She craves vegetables, not carbs. She doesn't have constipation like my other kiddos. And her eczema is very minimal compared to theirs. And if I keep her on the products, it's gone completely. So anyway, that's a little bit about my story. And before I have Bobby share hers, I'm going to just share 3 of the main products that I started on. So we've actually added quite a few products now that we've been doing this for about 4 years. And so when I just started on the basics. We have a pack called the Triplex. It's 3 products. It has our pink drink, you've probably heard a lot about. That is our hormone balancer. It comes in this stick of powder. You just open it up, dump it into water, shake it up, and drink it. And you can mix it up in 8 or all the way up to 4 cups of water, whatever you want, depends on how diluted you like it. And drink that 1 or 2 times a day. Then we have our ProBio 5. Our ProBio 5 is one of our really magical products. I feel like it's a 3-in-1 product. It has probiotics in it, but its power is that it kills off the bad. So many people are putting in good, and they're putting in good, and they're putting in good, but that good has nowhere to go because they've not killed out the bad to make room for it. And so they get bloated and gassy and think probiotics don't work. They do work. They just need a place to live. And so this guy goes in and it scrubs out all of the bad bacteria and candida overgrowth that all of us have because of our Western lifestyle and makes room for the good. And so it also has antifungal in it to kill off that candida yeast once it's nice and vulnerable. So I think of it as the scrub brush. Like if you're going to clean your toilet, this is the scrub brush. It goes through and it scrubs all of that gunk off of the walls and gets it off. And then because we don't want that to sit in our toilet, that would be gross. Company would come and you'd think that's gross. You want to flush it down, right? And so we have this product that goes with the ProBio 5 and it's called the Bio Cleanse. Do not let the word cleanse scare you. I promise you, it is not like that. This is meant to be taken daily. It is a gentle magnesium supplement. It's an absorbable magnesium, so it does not act like a laxative like the magnesium you can't absorb. My kids all take it. None of them have ever pooped their pants. So it's very, very gentle. And what it does is it takes all that gunk that the ProBio 5 scraped off and it gets it out of you. And that way your body can start to heal. The inflammation can start to go away and your root issues can start to come back into balance. And then you start to see things like migraines going away. My nutrient deficiencies, I was low in iron, calcium, and vitamin D when I started, and they all came up into range. I had lost 80 pounds previously from doing high protein, low fat, and having had a gastric bypass surgery or sleeve surgery. And so after I had that surgery, I lost 80 pounds, 87 pounds, and I also lost all my nutrients. And I was supplementing like crazy and I could not get them to come up. until I switched to Plexus, which was plant-based, bioavailable nutrients, and everything came into range in the next 6 months. So it does matter what you're supplementing with, and plant-based is the way to go. I'd much rather get my iron, for example, from a crushed up plant than from a crushed up rock, right? Your body will say thank you. So, okay, so those are the 3 main products, the triplex. They are, again, helping with blood sugar imbalance, they're helping with leaky gut, and they're decreasing inflammation. And that is why I started to feel so much better so fast. I also started on our multivitamin, which has aloe in it. It's also bioavailable. It's called X Factor Plus. And because it's so absorbable and has all of your methylated, meaning they're in their real form, so folate versus folic acid, I was able to absorb things, but the aloe also helped me to absorb everything 400% more. So I love this multivitamin because it's plant-based and has aloe. So those are the 4 I started on. I like the triplex to think of it as foundational. And then everything else we're going to talk about tonight is an add-on product to boost results a little bit faster in a certain area. Maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's skincare, maybe it's inflammation. So just think of it that way, foundational plus some add-ons based on your needs. Okay, Bobby, why don't you tell us your story a little bit, and then we can kind of break. Remember, you can ask questions as we go.
So my the way I got started is with the skincare. I have been in the beauty company or beauty business for a lot of years before I became a nurse. So I've tried a lot of skincare products, but I always thought, you know, I'm willing to try another one. So I'm just going to show you a picture of them. It's super simple. That's what I needed. Super simple, easy, and it worked. This is a day serum that you put on the day. This is a night serum you put on the night. That's all you do. Wash your face, put your serums on. And I started noticing a change in my skin. And like Kara said, you know, she asked me several times to try the supplements, but I wasn't ready. And I kept saying no. But in the meantime, I was suffering with chronic migraines 5 to 7 days a week. I was suffering from fibromyalgia pain every single day, all day long. And I had terrible sleep and other things that I just thought were normal with getting older. And that was just my life. You know, you just think that's what you do, right? Well, this is just me. This is my life. That's what to expect. Until they go away and you realize, oh, maybe I don't have to expect that. Maybe I can expect better. So when I finally decided to try the supplements themselves, I started with the Slim. That's one of the ones that Kara showed you, and Ease, and then the Probio 5 and BioCleanse. And the first thing I noticed was I went to sleep at night and fell asleep fast, and I woke up rested. I had not woken up rested since I couldn't even remember. I never slept good even as a kid. So when I woke up rested, I thought, well, if this doesn't even help me with my migraines, I can sleep. I'm happy. This is amazing. I'll stick with it forever. And then throughout the next couple of days to weeks, I noticed I hadn't had any migraines, and it continued. I still haven't had any migraines over a year and a half later. Because of this fantastic one right here, Ease. It is a natural anti-inflammatory. So it reduces inflammation throughout your body in whatever you're suffering from. And it really just breaks down all that inflammation for your body to work the way it should work. In conjunction with the other supplements. If I just took this, I wouldn't be getting the same results that I do with everything, the foundational ones in this. I also noticed later into probably just really, I realized it more, I'd say 4 months ago or so. I used to go to work and put on my happy face because you're at work and you have to be happy, right? People don't want to work with the sad person or the angry person or the frustrated person. And so you just be happy at work. And that's literally how I felt. Like I was fake happy. I would even like tell myself in the locker room, okay, you're at work, be fake happy. And I'd go out to work and be happy. And then I'd go home and be so excited because I was in such a good mood. And I'd be so excited to go home and see my family and be happy. And I'd get into the parking lot, my driveway, and turn off my car and relax. And now I didn't have to be fake happy. And just the first little thing would set me off. And I'd be mad at whoever it was that set me off. It was their fault that I was angry. It wasn't my fault. I was just happy. And then I realized, no, I was fake happy. And now I get to relax and be me instead of be fake. And I didn't realize it until it went away. And I was just happy at work and happy at home and not frustrated and angry and mad all the time and jumping, you know, I would get so angry with my kids or my husband or whatever for the simplest thing. And now I finally can just take it in stride and handle it as it comes and not be offended or hurt or angry at whatever comes my way. So that is something that I noticed was a huge change. I always thought I was not depressed. I was one of the lucky ones that didn't have to deal with that. And I realized that I did actually deal with it and not very effectively. And so now I don't have to deal with it. So that's kind of my story and how these supplements have totally changed my life. And not only my life, my family's life. You know, my son had cystic acne and I put him on this skincare and it totally cleared up his acne, like 100%. He doesn't have cystic acne anymore. He's still a teenager. He still has acne, but he doesn't have the painful cystic acne that you cannot do anything about.
Awesome. So yeah, Anne is asking, is this something that you have to take for the rest of your life to see the results? Or is it once you are healthy, you are in a better place? It's kind of both. So if you were to take it and get to the point where you were nice and healthy, and then you quit using prescriptions, you never had stress, you never ate anything with steroids like meat or poultry in this country, you never took a steroid, then yeah, you could probably be good. But because you are probably going to run into
dealt with
things,
stress on a daily basis.
Yeah. You know, like stress, none of us have that. There's not a pandemic going right now. So, you know, like if in a perfect world, sure, you could get rebalanced. And then if you could do all the right things, you could stay balanced. I find it's a lot easier to stay feeling pretty good on just the basics. But sometimes I have to go back up, add in a few more tools, and then come back down. My kids, my husband, we kind of rotate through things based on how we're feeling and what we're struggling with it at that time. If I feel like my nutrients are dropping again, then I might double up on some X Factor for a while just to get that boost back in, things like that. I will always stay on the triplex for sure, the root 3, because I know I'm going to live a Western lifestyle and I'm not willing to give it up. So,
and I will always stay on the E's because I have a chronic issue. I have fibromyalgia pain. It didn't get rid of my fibromyalgia. It got rid of the pain from it because it's bringing down that inflammation. If I was to stop taking all that stuff, my fibromyalgia is still there and it would start to rear its head again.
And so basically it puts her in the place where it gives her an option. Before, she had the option to take a prescription medication with a lot of nasty side effects that were going to cause her to take more prescriptions to treat those side effects, or she could minimize that prescription route, if at any, and use the plant-based alternative. So it's not a solution. It's not like a cure-all. It's not going to take away a lot of things, but it's going to help you manage them. It's going to help your body do what it can do. The miracle is the body. Our bodies are designed to know how to heal themselves, but most of our bodies are lacking in the nutrients to do them. We are literally made of water, vitamins, nutrients. So if we aren't giving them the vitamins and nutrients and minerals they need, then your body can't work like it's supposed to. This is what that's doing. So that's a great question. Okay. I know we're kind of running a little bit low on time and I don't want to keep you here forever. I know for a lot of us that weight loss can be kind of a big issue. we've all been staying home more, and we've been eating more, and we've been moving less for a lot of us. And so for me, what I've also loved about Plexus is that it has curbed my sugar cravings by controlling my blood sugar and restoring the balance in my gut. Candida yeast feeds on sugar. Think of when you make bread, you add sugar to the yeast and it goes boom, mushroom cloud, right? That's happening in our guts. And so for me, when I got started, I also was looking for some help with weight loss. I first just wanted to not have a 30-day period. But when that finally got better, I was like, okay, I would like to get healthy, and I knew I needed to lose some weight. So some of the tools that we have now that we didn't have then that I'm loving is that we have a carb blocker. It's called Balance, but it also, not only does it block about 50% of the carbs that you eat with it, but it also changes the glycemic index of your carbs that you do absorb. So you absorb them slower, which means you have a much smaller insulin release, which means you have a much smaller cortisol release. So it's an additional balance, hormone balancing tool. It's reversing my insulin resistance because I'm becoming more sensitive to insulin so that I don't have to use as much to control the carbohydrates I ingest. So this is one of my favorite products right now that I'm using as an add-on to boost my results in that area. It works great with MetaBurn. MetaBurn is a metabolism booster. It also supports thyroid function. It gives you some energy. It burns the squishy fat, I like to call it, on our hips, thighs, butt, and tummy. So the white fat that's really hard to get rid of, that's what this is aiming at. And then we have our lean shakes. Our lean shakes are actually sold out right now unless you get them in a combo pack with your order because they're on high demand right now. They are a meal replacement shake that is all plant-based, and it is balanced macros. So you're getting the correct balance of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats so that not only do you feel full and get a great healthy meal, but you also, it's telling your body to go burn fat instead of store fat. And so that's one of the things I love. And they are super yummy. They're kid approved in this house. My kids eat them for breakfast every morning. I just put it in our grocery budget because then I don't have to cook in the morning and I don't have to buy cold cereal and pancakes and French toast and bagels. Like everything we eat in a Western lifestyle for breakfast is terrible. So now they just eat lean shakes. And so they are not just for weight loss, they are for a meal. And Anne says, do they get hungry? I actually love that you asked that question because my daughter inherited my poor gut, my first daughter, my first kid. She struggles with some insulin resistance already. She's heavier. We're rebalancing her gut too. And I apologize to her every day for her inheriting my poor gut when I was pregnant. But she is a what's the word I want? She's a carnivore, or a carbivore. She like craves carbs just like I used to when I was growing up. And so she would eat so much for breakfast and then she would be starving a couple hours after she got to school. And when we switched about a year and a half ago to lean shakes every morning, she gets up and makes her own. I didn't know it at the time, but she was not getting hungry until lunch. And it wasn't until I was telling somebody about the lean shakes and she overheard how it keeps them full. And she said, oh, is that why I don't get hungry anymore until lunch? And I said, yes, that is why. That's good to know. And so it is helping with her weight loss. It is helping with her cravings as well. So that's one of the things I love about them. They're a great tool for that. And really, I look at Plexus as tools in the tool belt. The more tools you have, the easier and faster it is to build the house. You can definitely start with a saw or a hammer, but it's going to be difficult. And so as you go, you may not need the saw as much anymore, and now you need a screwdriver. So it's just tools that you have in your tool belt that are available to you. So those are great questions. Any other questions as we go? Danielle, any questions from you as well, or anything that you're relating to? While you guys are thinking for a minute, I'm going to just put up and share my screen for a quick second because I did not know all of the things that were tied to gut health and blood sugar imbalance, and oftentimes categorized as candida yeast overgrowth, which is what this picture says. But basically, those three root issues can lead to any of these issues on here. And so take a minute just for fun. Let's have a game. You win if you have the lowest numbers, like golf. If you're anything like me, I had 11 or 12 of these things when I started. So just take a minute and maybe read through some of those things and just make a mental list. You don't have to put your number there in the chat. You can if you want to have fun and put it there. I literally had about probably 12 or so of those things. Things like weight gain, increased belly fat, high carb sugar cravings, metabolic syndrome. Some people have the oral thrush, constipation, diarrhea. I struggled with constipation. I had to take the max dose of the BioCleanse for 2.5 years. And then after I had my baby, I dropped down to the minimum dose. It just depends on what your body needs at the time. Night sweats, lack of concentration, brain fog, ear pain, asthma, persistent coughs, allergies, chronic fatigue, irregular heartbeat, all kinds of things. So I just wanted to put this out here to maybe just kind of expound what gut health means. A lot of times people will say, oh, I poop fine. I don't have a gut health issue. And I say, that's just one of 30 things on this list. It can manifest in so many different ways. It just depends on where your inflammation is growing. So I just wanted to share that and take a minute there. Okay. Let's talk about affordability. Anne says, if your body needs several of the extras on top of the basics, that sounds expensive. Being a newlywed and starting out, all of that isn't in the budget. Totally understand. So me and my husband are school teachers, so we might as well be newlyweds. Right? So for me, Plexus has actually been a blessing in 2 ways. For one, it helped with my health issues. But as I shared my story more and I started to realize that all of us are walking around feeling like garbage and nobody's talking about it, more and more people wanted what I had. And it actually became an accidental income that has really blessed our family. I now make more sharing Plexus than I did as a school teacher. And so I still teach part-time, but that has been one way that we have paid for our products, because we have my husband, myself, and our 3 children on the products. We all take different combos, but it has been life-changing. And I thought it was expensive when I started, but now I look at the prevention and the quality of life that we're getting, and it is worth every penny to me, because I won't have to be one of the elderly people on an average of 11 prescription medications that start out cheap and lead to astronomical. Friends on insulin pay $3,500, $1,500 to $3,500 a month for insulin. Metformin is cheap. When they start on metformin, that's like $3 or something like that, super cheap. But if they're not changing those root issues and it escalates to where they need insulin, all of a sudden they're paying $1,500 a month. So prevention to me has been worth every penny. So what I love though when you get started is that you get a great discount on our welcome packs. So let me pull up my other screen really quick and I'll show you some of our packs. We have, whoops, not that one. We have 2 welcome packs sizes that you get to start from. So our big combos basically combine 2 things at a time. Pull up. So like gut health and weight loss, we have combos that do that. So the big combos are normally $199 plus our annual $40 membership. So it works just like a Costco membership, where you buy the annual membership, which I said is like is normally $40 for the year, one time. That's actually on sale right now for $10, and we're covering it for you. So it's free, and you get wholesale pricing for a whole year. Then on top of that, the welcome packs that are normally already $50 to $60 off are on sale for another 10% off this month. So these welcome packs that I'm showing you, these deluxe ones, are actually $179 plus shipping and tax right now. And then we also have our basic packs that are usually $99 and they're on sale for $89. So if you just wanted to start, I'm going to scroll down with the triplex right here. Is my screen in real time tonight, Bobby? No? Okay. So
there we go. Now it is.
Now it is? Okay. Sometimes in good old Snowflake, small town, our internet is not awesome. So the triplex welcome pack that you see there comes with the pink drink, the BioCleanse, and the ProBio 5 that is targeting those 3 root issues. If that is all you start on, it is amazing. It is what I basically started on, and I also added on the X Factor. My sister started on just those 3. She was able to get off of her soda habit with just those 3. She was able to eventually wean off of her antidepressants by adding a couple more things to these 3. But that took her about a year because she'd been on them since she was 12. The longer you've been on products, the longer you've had an issue with something, the longer it's going to take to reverse it. You've been on a train going 60 miles per hour in the wrong way. We have to get that train stopped, turn it around, and going 60 miles per hour in the right direction. And that just takes time. So what I loved about these products actually was that it took time. That's what told me they were the real deal, because I don't believe in quick fixes. I knew it takes 6 weeks to 6 months to rebalance your gut, and it takes 90 days to generate new healthy cells. So I had to give it at least 3 to 6 months. And I loved that that's what they said too. So I can't see the chat. Do you want to read that?
Yeah, Danielle is asking, is this for 1 month supply? And yeah, they are 1 month supplies, either pack. The bigger packs or the smaller packs are for 1 month. And it's just depending on, are you getting the add-on extra for, like for me, it would be migraines, or for, you know, Kara was talking about her weight loss, and her sister was talking about depression. So depending on what else you want to add to it, that's what those bigger packs would be for, is to kind of work more specifically on more areas, rather than just the 1 month supply of the triplex that focuses on just the simple gut health fixes.
Yeah. So the triplex is like your basic tools in your tool belt. If you want to add on a few more tools to just build that house faster, then you can. You can add anything to these packs. So like you could get the triplex and just add the Ease on, or just add the X Factor on. Or you could come up and get what are my favorite packs. You can only get a welcome pack one time, your very first order. And so I love for people to get the most bang for their buck. These are heavily discounted. They're usually $238, including that membership. But if me and Bobby were to buy all of these products, it would be $250, even at our wholesale price. So getting them for $179 is a steal. And I love for people to take advantage of that if they can, because you get to combine 2 things, like skincare and triplex, or weight loss and triplex. So I'm going to show you a couple of those packs just so you know what's available. You can obviously choose from any of these, but one of my favorites, since we've been talking about weight loss, is this Healthy Weight Advanced Pack. Is my screen caught up yet, Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, so up here in the top left, the Healthy Weight Advanced Pack, it's coming with the 3 core products. So Slim, BioCleanse, ProBio 5. It has a month supply of the lean protein shakes so that you can have 1 a day. By replacing 1 meal a day, you can cut calories and get help with weight loss that way. And then it also comes with the metabolism booster and the carb blocker. So that's one of my very favorite packs. If you're a little bit more of a drink girl and you would prefer to drink more things than take capsules, then I love the Renew You pack, because it has the active in it. And the active is our clean energy drink. It's my mom fuel. I love it. It has natural caffeine in it. It has herbs in it. It has turmeric. It has blueberries. It has tart cherry. It has kale. So it's actually a vitamin drink with some natural caffeine that is completely different than synthetic caffeine. Your body actually can process that, so you don't get a spike and a crash or any addiction. But you get natural sustained energy for 8 hours. You also get the MetaBurn, the metabolism booster. You get the 3 core products, and you get those month of shakes. So either one of those are my 2 favorites for weight loss and gut health. What other questions are there, Bobby?
I don't see any more questions. How long is the 10% discount?
Oh, great question.
That's a good question.
Sorry, Bobby could totally answer that.
So it so far is for this month. Our company has been very generous since COVID hit, and people's pockets have been hit with their paychecks and losing jobs and such. So they've actually kept quite a few discounts since March. So we expect those discounts to go away. We don't count on them to stay, but it's very possible they do. Yeah. I wouldn't take the risk and say, well, maybe it'll be there next month, because it's such a great deal.
Yeah.
That it's worth jumping into and getting the deal and getting started on your health, whatever it is you're wanting to focus on now, rather than in a month or 2 months.
Totally. I know for me, I just got to the point where I was just tired of not sleeping good. I was tired of not showing up for my kids and my husband. I was tired of having brain fog and not, having a great mood, not just enjoying my life. So I would hate to delay that for 30 days just because I wanted to see what other sale was coming. But right now is probably the deepest sale that I've ever seen Plexus do in 4.5 years, because they're combined. It's not one or the other. You get both. You get the $9.95 membership, which again, we're paying for you, and then you get that 10% off. So it's a great time right now if this is the time for you. If you're thinking, you're ready to get started, I would for sure take advantage now. So as we wrap up the call tonight, let me just tell you, keep asking your questions. I'm just going to tell you a couple more benefits that come with your order that can help with cost as well. So when you get signed up as a member, you not only get it for free tonight, you get that 10% off of your original order. You get wholesale pricing, which is about 50% off of retail pricing. You get that for a whole year. You also get access to our perks program. This is brand new this year and I'm loving it. So the perks program is that when you buy a welcome pack, you get 250 perks towards free product. So 250 perks is about $25 worth of product. And then every time you let your order pull each month and ship, then you earn another 100 to 200 perks credits just for your order. And then that means in your third month, you'll have enough to cash in for a free bottle of Ease or a free bottle of MetaBurn. And so I actually like to save mine up and I get my skincare for free. So I earn perks on my husband's account and I earn perks on my account. And then I get my Joyome skincare for free. And I'm loving that. So you can choose what you want to spend them on, but you get access to the perks program just as a reward for consistently ordering your products each month. The other thing that you have access to is our referral program. I love that Plexus is super generous just with you telling people about Plexus. And so for every person you tell about Plexus and they decide to get started with you, you actually get a referral bonus of $35. And so if you were to tell 2-3 friends, then they could start with you. You could all get feeling better together, and that would give you some income towards paying for your products. The additional bonus to that is that when you get 3 people to start with you, it goes from $35 for each person to a total of $300. So for getting 3 people to start with you in your first 30 days, you can earn $300. You can put that towards your products, or you can take a girls trip for the weekend. You can go buy groceries. It's totally up to you. It's cash. So I love that part of our referral program too. So anyway, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go check the chat, and then we're going to wrap this up and let you guys go. What we're going to do is just break into smaller groups. I know sometimes it's really intimidating to talk about our health problems in front of people we don't know, but we would love to figure out what you're most interested in and how we can best help you. And so we're going to wrap this up and break into small groups, just in a group chat through Messenger or text, whichever way, you and your friend have already been talking. And we can just keep talking and see what you're most interested in, what timeline works for you, what products work for you. And if you're ready, we can help you get started. So I'm going to check the chat really quick. Anne says, will it benefit you if you have to take a month or 2 off to not to having the finances? I always say it's going to be better than nothing, right? So if we think of food, then it's kind of like, well, is a month of me eating broccoli and chicken and fruits and vegetables going to be worth it if I have to take a month off and eat just pizza? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Anything good we can get in, any good changes we can make are always going to be worth it. And real life happens. And so what I love about this wholesale membership is that you have wholesale pricing for a year. If you have to take a month off, you can actually just bump the order out on your next order, or bump the date out on your next order. And that way you don't lose your perks credits. They're still there for when you want to cash them in later. And you can just get started again when you're ready to. Within that year, your membership will still be good. So yeah, we can definitely work with you and what you can afford and what you can do. And we can do that in those small chats really well too. So Is there any other questions we can help here? Or are you guys ready to break into those smaller ones? Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, guys. My room is getting dark, but I am really still here. But thank you so much for being here and for asking such great questions. We love sharing Plexus. It has changed each of our lives so much that we just want that for you too. So anyway, we'll end this now and then get those little small group chats going. Thanks again, guys. Have a great night.